Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are focusing all our attention on a device that, well, is supposed to represent a real sea change in mobile tech, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7 5G.
And it's a necessary focus. The main review we're dissecting today makes a huge claim. It calls this Samsung's most refined foldable yet.
Right, so our mission for you is to cut through all the marketing and figure out if these refinements really do the job.
Yeah.
Does the Z Fold7 finally move from being a cool concept to a polished everyday flagship phone?
And it certainly looks the part. We're talking about the top-tier configuration here.
Absolute top. A full 1 terabyte of storage, 16 gigs of RAM, and all of it in that very, very sleek jet black finish.
So this is clearly aimed at a power user, someone who wants zero compromises. But the real question is, what did Samsung actually do this year? What are the meaningful improvements that deliver on that promise?
Okay, let's start with the most obvious thing. The first thing you'd notice, just holding it, design and ergonomics.
Yeah.
For years, the big knock on foldables was their bulk. They were just chunky bricks.
Total bricks. And the source material is basically ecstatic about this, describing the Z Fold7 as significantly thinner and lighter.
And that's a huge deal.
It's a massive win. That old feeling of carrying two devices stacked together was a real barrier. So when the review says it feels balanced in the hand, that's not just fluff. That points to some serious internal engineering.
You mean like weight distribution?
Exactly. If a device is lopsided or too heavy, you just subconsciously end up using it less. This makes it feel like a single, cohesive unit.
And that jet black finish really complements that slimmer profile. But look, we can't talk about slimming it down without getting into the hinge. That's the mechanical soul of the whole thing.
It is. And the analysis points to a major overhaul. It's described as smoother, sturdier, and far less noticeable when the device is closed.
Smoother is good, but sturdier is the word that jumps out to me. How do you make something thinner and sturdier?
Well, that strongly suggests a new mechanism, probably a more advanced water drop style hinge.
And for the listener, why does that matter? What's the practical benefit?
It allows the screen to fold on a gentler curve. That puts less stress on the display panel itself, and, it helps reduce the overall bulk when it's closed. It's about confidence, moving away from feeling like you're handling a delicate experiment.
Right, towards something you can just rely on, a proper tool.
It feels integrated, not like a weak point.
Okay, let's move from the outside in to the engine room. This source just calls the Z Fold7 an absolute powerhouse.
And it has to be. I mean, think about it. You're asking this device to run 3 apps side by side on a screen that is constantly changing shape. Your standard flagship specs just wouldn't cut it.
So that's where the 16 gigs of RAM come in, paired with their latest chipset.
It's what guarantees you won't hit any bottlenecks. The review stresses the instant switching between tasks, no slowdowns, nothing.
It also mentions improved AI features. What are we actually talking about there? AI can mean anything these days.
It's a great question. For a device like this, it means real-time, heavy-duty tasks. Think live translation happening during a video call on device, or complex generative AI photo editing.
Things that would normally grind a lesser phone to a halt.
Precisely. If you're running 2 apps and then you ask it to do a huge generative edit in a third window, that 16 gigs of RAM is what keeps everything perfectly fluid.
Yeah.
That's what justifies the powerhouse label.
And that brings us to the storage. 1 terabyte. That's laptop level. Who needs that in a phone?
It's about removing a specific kind of anxiety. If you're a professional using this as your main mobile workstation, capturing 8K video, downloading huge client files, you never, ever want to think about storage management.
It's peace of mind.
It's total peace of mind. It becomes a non-issue. You're not constantly thinking about what you need to delete or offload to the cloud. And for that user, that is worth a premium.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, now for the main event. The entire reason this phone exists. The main display. The aha moment when you unfold it.
And it better be good, right? That transformation is the whole sales pitch.
Yeah.
The source praises it. Vibrant colors, really impressive outdoor brightness, and that smooth adaptive refresh rate.
We have to talk about the crease.
The elephant in the foldable room. Always.
It's always been the main trade-off. You get all this amazing functionality, but you have to stare at this line down the middle of your screen.
Yeah.
So what's the verdict on the Z Fold7?
This might be the single biggest improvement in terms of user acceptance. The review says the crease is much smaller and, more importantly, far less distracting during day-to-day use.
Okay, so it's not gone.
No, we have to be clear. It is still there if you look for it. But the key is that under normal viewing angles, with content on the screen, your brain just starts to ignore it.
And why is less distracting such a big deal?
Because it changes the whole feel of the device. Before, your brain was constantly being reminded this is a folding phone. When it becomes less visible, it just feels like a tablet, a seamless, expansive workspace.
And that's when a feature becomes second nature, not a gimmick you're tolerating.
Exactly. And that seamless display makes features like Flex Mode so much better.
Right. For listeners who might not be familiar, can you break down what Flex Mode is?
Sure. It's basically turning the Fold into a tiny laptop. You prop it open, say, at a 90-degree angle. The software automatically splits so you get your content on the top half.
And your controls or a keyboard on the bottom.
Right. It's perfect for hands-free video calls or taking notes on one side while you watch a video on the other. It's that productivity promise made real.
Okay, let's switch over to the cameras. The Z Fold line has always been about the form factor first. And the camera system, while good, was never the main focus like it is on the S Ultra series.
And that's still true. The source gives that exact caveat. This is not a photography-first phone. That said, it's a very, very capable flagship array. You get sharp photos, really balanced colors,
And the review mentioned one specific upgrade.
a noticeable improvement in low-light performance. So they've definitely been optimizing the sensors or the processing. It's a solid professional system.
But the Fold has one killer feature that no flat phone can match: the ultimate selfie camera.
Ah, yes. The best party trick. You unfold the phone, and you can use the main high-end rear cameras to take your selfies. You're not stuck with that little pinhole camera on the front.
Which means the results are just...
Far superior, especially in tricky lighting. It's a genuine practical advantage of the design.
It really is. Okay, so we've made the phone thinner, more powerful with this giant screen. That brings up the big question of endurance. Battery life. How did it do?
Surprisingly well. This was the part I was most skeptical about, but the review says it lasts comfortably through a day of moderate to heavy use.
So making it thinner didn't kill the battery.
It seems not. And this isn't about just cramming a bigger battery, and this is about efficiency. That new chipset is incredibly power efficient, and the software has been optimized to manage the displays much better.
So the smarts are compensating for the smaller physical size.
Precisely. It means you get all these great refinements without the ultimate deal breaker of having to hunt for a charger by 3 p.m. They also mention it has reasonably quick charging and wireless charging, so, all the conveniences are there.
Okay, we've covered the big wins, the design, the power, the much improved crease. Now we have to get to the final assessment, the trade-offs.
There are always trade-offs with cutting-edge tech.
And the source highlights two. First, the price. It's going to be a sticking point for some, which is an understatement.
A major sticking point, yeah. And second, even this refined version, it still has a level of delicacy that flat phones don't.
And we have to push back on that a little, right?
Right.
By the 7th generation of a device this expensive, should we still be accepting a level of delicacy?
That's a fantastic point. Is that still a valid compromise, or is that a first-gen problem lingering in a 7th-gen device?
Where do you land on that?
I think the review's conclusion is that the overall package now justifies it. The source calls the Z Fold7 the most complete foldable Samsung has made so far.
So the value proposition has shifted.
It's shifted from it's fragile because it folds to it's an outstanding piece of tech that just happens to require a bit more care. The synthesis of the hardware and software is finally there. It's not a novelty anymore.
It's a true flagship for a very specific user.
Absolutely. Someone who wants the absolute cutting edge, massive multitasking power, and a user experience that is finally genuinely polished.
It's finally delivering on that promise.
And that really leads us to the final provocative thought we want to leave you with.
Okay.
Think about the power we've just discussed. 1 terabyte of storage, 16 gigs of RAM, the ability to just effortlessly run 3 full apps side by side.
On a device that fits in your pocket.
Exactly. Samsung has shrunk the crease, they've boosted the efficiency, they've refined the whole package at an incredible rate. So the real question becomes one of speed and adoption.
How quickly does this become the new normal?
Right. How long until this level of multitasking and this kind of power is just the baseline, the standard you expect from any high-end phone?
So is the Z Fold7 moving so fast that our traditional, flat slab phones
are going to start feeling genuinely insufficient, outdated?
That's the real pressure Samsung is putting on everyone else now.